Hey, welcome to the What's the Gossip podcast, where we talk about whatever the hell we want with whoever we want. And today's guest is 90s pop star slash actor who is still getting over 90,000 monthly listeners to his back catalogue on Spotify. He's MFEO, baby. Hello, Cav, how are ya?
Hey there, how you doing, Lee?
I'm all good. How's lockdown treating ya?
Wow, well, I can't believe we're still in it, to be honest.
We're on lockdown part 3 now.
Yeah, I guess it's just a case of just getting through it, isn't it?
Yeah.
People are up, people are down. It's just every day really is the same.
Yeah, oh my god, totally agree. And also, there just doesn't seem to ever be an end in sight.
No, there's self-help, there's mental health things you can deal with. You can go do your walk, but I don't know. The first one, I had so many plans that I was going to do. I was going to, finish this book and do this and write new music.
Yeah.
I didn't really do much. And also, we have to remember the first one, it was sunny, so it was like the sunshine was out, so you could sunbathe, you could, Now it's kind of winter, although we are coming out of it. The winter, that is.
Yeah, like in the first lockdown, which was like in the summer, I spent the whole time watching every single box set going, Desperate Housewives, Ugly Betty, and like, I've ran out of TV. Like, there's nothing left to watch. I've completed YouTube.
This is it. Which is your favourite Housewives?
From Desperate Housewives, definitely Edie, because she brought the drama both on screen and off screen.
Oh, hang on, I'm getting mixed up here. Are we talking Real Housewives or Desperate?
I'm going on about Desperate Housewives. Which Housewives are you going on about?
I thought we were talking Real Housewives. Well,
no.
Yeah, I know. Well,
which one's your favorite?
My sister, God bless her, she passed away, just over a year ago. But she was obsessed with the Real Housewives. Like, she was just obsessed. Her favorite one was New York.
New York. What?
I must be the only person that really liked the OC.
The OC? Oh no, mate. I only tune in to watch like the reunions. When they're all kicking off and fighting. But apart from that, I prefer just watching like Atlanta or like, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I like obviously New York, obviously Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills is the best.
I used to live in that area many years ago.
Really?
So I lived in LA, for like
God.
6-7 years.
That's amazing.
So that I remember her restaurant, Vanderpump. I used to cycle past there on my BMX.
Vanderpump.
I only lived. I don't know if it was a BMX, but it was like a little bike that I had. I lived in LA. I never drove. I was like one of the only people that didn't drive.
You had a little bike?
I went on a bicycle.
Was it a bike with a little basket of flowers in it?
No, I didn't. I didn't have one.
Liar.
No.
Liar.
In my fantasy of being, in the Wizard of Oz, maybe. But no, I used to go around on my bicycle up and down Sunset. But apparently that's all that memory that I have of it is now completely dead. Apparently it's like a ghost town. They've shut down most of Hollywood. It's horrible. It's affected the whole world, this, hasn't it?
Everything's shut down now, isn't it? I remember like back in 2012 when I tried to go to LA, and as soon as I landed at LAX, Homeland Security dragged me off and threw me like a...
Oh, no.
Yeah, they threw me in a holding room with Keisha from the Sugar Babes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Keisha. And then the cheek of it, then they fucking put me in prison. But I didn't even know I was in prison. Like, I asked for like a menu. I thought like when the food came around, it was like an option, you tick the box. And they gave me a phone card.
Right.
And I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll just give me my phone back. I'll phone someone off that, like thinking I was doing them a favor.
Oh my God. I just love the fact that it was with one of the Sugar Babes. That's totally random.
Like, there's nothing better than being in a holding cell thinking, shall I ask her for a selfie or something?
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean? Why not?
Was she friendly?
Was she friendly? Of course not. She's a Sugar Babe.
Right. Yeah,
But like deep down though, I do love Mutia. Mutia is my favorite.
Yeah, love Mutia.
Yeah, you can't beat Mutia. I actually sang with her like 2 years ago. I sang Round Round with her at a gig. Oh my God, it was amazing. It's like the highlight of my life. Like, you can't beat it.
Okay.
However, during the first lockdown, I did absolutely terrorize all of her live streams. I kept posting rumors in the comments when she was live and everyone was joining in, and I was pretending that, Kerry Katona had battered her backstage at CDUK, and then she kept going, "Who keeps saying
Okay,
that?"
I could see that
And then
happening.
I said, "Kerry Katona said it," and she literally went off on a tirade. Absolutely dropped her
So
in the
if you
shit
want
at
to
Kerry.
choose somebody, just say you'd Kerry Katona,
Yeah, Kerry
basically.
Katona did it. Throw her under
Yeah,
the bus.
exactly. You just reminded me. I performed at a wedding. It's actually my friend's wedding,
Yeah.
and she asked me to perform at it,
Mm.
and it was in Ireland, and I took
Oh,
my mate.
whereabouts?
It wasn't Dublin. It was somewhere countryish in Ireland,
Was
like
it Cork, perhaps?
maybe could have been. I should know because I'm half Irish, but no, I can't really remember. It was a bit of a boozy day,
I'm from
but
Cork.
basically, the woman my friend that I brought with me,
Yeah.
Maeve, if she's listening, she won't mind me saying this because we do laugh about it. But we sat on a table full of strangers,
Yeah.
and just to get a bit of a conversation going, she told the woman next to her that she was Kerry Katona's PA.
Oh my god.
And so there must be a theme that if you've got, you want to have some kind of conversation or blame something on somebody, just say that you either are Kerry Katona or that you are friends of Kerry Katona.
As if your friend was bragging about being Kerry Katona's assistant there. Like, what the fuck? Why? So anyway, in lockdown, like the first lockdown, the second lockdown, third lockdown, and the next 15, did you pick up any like weird habits or anything like that? Like, I think in the first lockdown, I started like making like jellies every other day. I
Wow,
tried every
jelly.
flavor, going right down to pineapple, lemon, lime, and it got to the point where I was
Ooh.
just throwing gin in it.
Does it still work the same? I mean, if
Yeah,
you eat it,
yeah, like
it has the same desired effect.
you'd still get like a light buzz off it. It's got alcohol in it, but like obviously it's masqueraded as a dessert.
And you would get drunk on the jelly.
You wouldn't get drunk on it because it's jelly, but yeah, you get a buzz.
Ah.
Did you not know that? You should give it a go. But I am Irish, so I'm immune to most alcohol. Like poutine just is my thing.
Poutine is made of potatoes, right?
Yeah, it's like an Irish like moonshine. Like in the first lockdown, I was doing all these live streams where people had to like PayPal me a tenner to do shots, and like one of the shots or two of the shots was poutine, so they'd have to like PayPal me a tenner, and then I'd do a shot, and then I think it got to a point where I ended up getting the two poutines in a row, and I ended up vomiting out of the window for like
Yes.
4 minutes, and I couldn't turn this live stream camera off. It was, oh my god, first and last time I'm ever gonna do that.
Oof. Oh no. Did you make any money off the PayPal?
I mean, like the my best stream was like £70 an hour I made off it from just doing shots on like Instagram Live. It was so stupid.
Wow. Who needs OnlyFans when you can just get pissed?
Well, I mean, we're in lockdown 3 now. I think it's getting to the stage where I'm gonna have to get my tits out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of jelly, not that that's got anything to do with tits, but
Oh,
speaking of jelly, because you mentioned it, I've been I'm not a big sweet toothed person, but
oh yeah,
this lockdown, I'm now eating chocolate every night, and I've
chocolate.
never really was bothered about chocolate in the past. And I'm going through like, I mean, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have dark chocolate because that's better for you, and apparently you get dopamine from it, and it helps your brain function and all that, and makes you happy. But I'm going through like a massive bar of dark chocolate now a night,
Oh my
and
god.
it's becoming a problem, Lee.
Have you tried the mini egg one, the big one with the pieces in it?
What with the mini egg pieces in it?
Yeah, have you tried it?
No, I wasn't big on the mini egg.
Oh my god, I'd get a bar of that, and I had one the other night, and I had every intention of making it last, and I literally snorted it. It was gone.
I mean, it's like you wake up, we have all these great intentions, and then before you know it, it's like 3 o'clock, and you're on like episode 3 of God knows what you're watching on.
Yeah,
The thing for me is Netflix. It's like I look at it and think, what can I find?
yeah.
Because I've kind of seen most. Um, I mean, I like to find random stuff. Have you seen what's the French one that I've just got into? Have you seen
French
that?
thing.
Call My Agent.
Call my agent. No, I've not even heard of
It's
it.
subtitled French. It's really,
All
really
right.
good. It's set in a acting agency. It's a it's acting. It's not a documentary.
Oh, you did a bit of
Uh,
acting, didn't you? You did acting. You were in Hollyoaks.
I did the amazing award winning show Hollyoaks in the city.
The late night one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
With all the tits and ass, all the good stuff.
yeah. And people kind of laugh, but you know what? It was actually a good, very good series. It had Kim Marsh in it.
Kim Marsh. I've literally forgot she was even in that.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't seen it. I think I'd just come back from living in America, and I got asked if I wanted to read for it or whatever. Yeah, but I played nightclub casino owner, I believe. I'd love to see the
It was a bad
episode. I
bitch
was in
who
about 3 episodes. I think I killed Gemma Atkinson. Would she have been in it? Gemma
Oh yeah.
Atkinson?
I met her. She's really
Or
nice.
maybe I killed Kim Marsh because Kim Marsh was in it before she went into Coronation Street. That was the first acting job she did before Coronation Street.
Oh, well, the more you know. I bumped into her at Manchester Pride.
All right. So you've done the Prides in Manchester then?
Oh my god, yeah, like Manchester Pride is the best pride. Do you go to them?
God, I haven't been any. The
How
last one
come?
I did was I performed at, and it was straight after I did. It was the year that I did Big Brother,
Oh
so
yeah.
I don't know, 2015, 16, I think.
Oh, you should go.
That was
It's
the
so
last one I
good.
went to, actually.
I literally
God.
Manchester Pride is the absolute best pride to go to
Yeah, I
ever,
know.
I
It's
think.
just it gets a bit messy, doesn't it? It's a
Yeah.
bit too many people,
A
too many
bit too
people. But I mean,
too many
I guess
people.
they've been doing them online, but it's not the same, is it?
No, you can't beat being absolutely trashed in the street. So anyway, what did you get up to in lockdown? Like, what was your brand new habits that you found yourself doing?
Well, eating. Um, I don't really know about habits. I mean, I actually, I, yeah, I mean, I don't really think, I don't really know if there was any habits as such. I just kind of did not a lot, to be honest, which is why this time I'm trying to be a bit more proactive.
I heard a little rumor that you became a super fan and subscribed to the Honest Vocal Coach, who we obviously love very much.
Well, we have discussed the honest vocal coach in the
We have.
past. I do watch her. I found her one day purely by chance, and then I kind of got this morbid
You get sucked in.
fascination about her
You get
because
like she hypnotizes
you
you.
do get sucked in, and I like her confidence in her,
Limited range.
in her work. I like the fact that she owns what she does, but I think she can be a bit nitpicky. Maybe is that the word I'm looking
So
for?
I've been watching her for about, I think it's about 2 years now. And back in the day, she used to be a lot more honest vocal coach. But
Right.
I know she did a Britney video where she was commenting on Britney Spears singing live, and she was quite harsh on it. So the video got her like 600,000 views, but she also got like 600,000 death threats. So now
Right.
she
That would
kind of
make
just
sense.
goes around giving everyone a rim job now. Oh, at least they're trying.
I see.
But
But then I think what sealed the deal with me, and I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but she did put up a video of her singing herself, which was clearly, I mean, I hate to say it, but she was lip syncing to the video.
and it was labeled acoustic. Didn't we talk about this in a DM?
Yes, I think it was labeled acoustic, and I mean, I mean, it wasn't. She didn't. Let's just say she's no Celine Dion.
She's got a lovely set of jumpers though.
She's got a wonderful set of jumpers.
She's not an outfit repeater. I'll give her
Yeah,
that.
I mean, listen, she is in tune. I'd say that she is in tune.
I
Um,
mean, we'd all be in tune if we pre-recorded.
but I mean, listen, she's found her niche, and it's obviously something that uh, she's what's the word I'm looking for? It's something that she is. What's the word I'm looking for? She's passionate about. She's passionate
Do you know
about
what she
it.
was passionate about like 4 years ago though? Did you hear about this?
No.
So on Facebook, it all came out that she used to pretend to be a clairvoyant, and she used to do, when they
Oh.
dangled the necklace and it spins.
Oh.
Yeah, and apparently, so there was people found all these
No.
videos, and they started posting them. So everywhere I was like, "Are you the honest?" Like she said, she's a music insider now, and I went, "Did your clairvoyant
What?
powers tell you this?" And then she blocked me.
Oh, not the honest vocal
The
coach,
honest clairvoyant blocked me. I think not the
but
vocal coach.
maybe not so honest.
Not so honest, dishonest.
She does protest too much, as they say.
Yeah, you
Wow,
think you know someone, you don't.
this is it. You see, this is
This is
it.
it. But she is a music insider. I know she is because she told me.
Right. Well, then, listen. We have to believe her.
We have to
We have to
believe her.
believe her.
Yeah, she tells no
Yeah.
lies
I mean, it does make me laugh. Who is it who used to get all the stuff from?
on Twitter,
Where was it that I used to look? I can't remember. It was some
Reddit.
TV show, and he
Oh,
said he had all the inside gossip, and it's like, well, I've just read all that on Twitter. You know what I mean? People make a thing out of telling you all the inside scoops, and nowadays you can see, you just look what's trending, don't you? Or you see
yeah.
what's going on. Although I have to say, I did lose my phone. I found it again in the laundry basket 3 weeks later.
Oh
in
my God.
because there's a shared laundry room in my in my
Yeah.
flat, and basically, so I was waiting for an upgrade on my phone, so I just thought, you know what? Can I swear on this?
Go for it.
Okay, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go without a phone. I'm gonna, detox from the social media. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a phone for 3.5 weeks.
What?
Right? The day that just before I lost my phone, I
Right.
changed my password on Facebook for no reason. I just thought, oh, I'll change it. I can't remember why I did it. And so I locked myself out of Facebook, which I speak to a lot of family abroad. People went from America when I lived there, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then somehow got disabled on Instagram, which is still disabled. So I've had basically I've had no social media. The only thing I've had, which is on my laptop, is Twitter.
You've gone cold
So I've
turkey.
been for 3 weeks and still am without Facebook and without Instagram. I keep getting notices saying you have 100 messages, you have this, you have that. I mean, it's probably a load of, not much going on.
I'd be getting the shakes if I
Well,
was
this is
off.
what I'm saying. We forget how much we rely on this stuff.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Lee, my
Well,
mind was a lot clearer. And just little things like waking up and reaching for the phone. Well, there was no phone to reach. What do I do? You know,
cry.
little things going to bed. You look at the phone. There was no phone to look at. So I read a book, and life became simpler.
Well, I had to do a 2 week detox the other week when I had all James Charles's fans trying to cancel me on Twitter, and it just got too much. I had to just deactivate.
Oh, James, isn't he the makeup guy? And you tutorial?
He's
What do we
that
call him? An
beauty guru.
influencer, a makeup
Oh yeah, an
tutorial.
influencer, yeah. Or a
He's
wanker.
like a Jeffree Star style.
Oh, not Jeffree Star. What a wanker.
What a bank account. What's going on with him?
Oh, there's always some drama with him, isn't there?
Many a scandal. Then there was the whole Kanye West thing, which he
Oh
was kind
God,
of playing
yeah.
into, and it's a bit
Absolutely
like,
rinsed it.
he milked it. He milked it.
Absolutely milked it. Speaking of Kanye West, though, I did meet him at TRL, in London.
Total Request Live. We love it.
Yeah, it's in London, like just
So
off
you
Leicester
went
Square.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was there, and it was when he came out with his debut. But I thought it was going to be Mario Winans, I don't want to know.
You got a
But
nice voice.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. We should ask it on as vocal coach.
Yeah. We'll repeat what you just did and see what you think.
She'll say it was pitchy, and I need a new jumper. So anyway, so basically, yeah, he performed, and because I was so angry, I just stood there like face like a slapped ass, and he had me fucking moved out of the audience, out of a shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh my God. You've got these stories. Sugar Babes, Kanye West in
I should write a
jail.
book, mate.
I mean,
Speaking of which, do you remember where we met though?
no, please remind. Right.
London, Leicester Square,
Okay.
Hairspray movie premiere.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember that. I went with lovely Alison from Grease
Yeah,
with Words.
Alison. I love Alison. She's so
She's
cute.
great. She's just
Yeah,
had a baby.
I know. I've got her on Facebook. She's so cute. I love her
No,
so
well,
much.
I've not seen her because I can't get on fucking
Well,
Facebook.
sort your life out then. However, my worst ever celebrity encounter happened at that premiere.
Tell me.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was so fucking rude to me. It was incredible.
Was she? Okay, so this happened at the Hairspray premiere.
Yeah, I basically saw her and I was like, oh my God, I need to get a photo with her. So I went over and I was like, hi, can I have a photo? And she was like, who are you? And I was like, Leigh. And she's like, but who are you? And I was like, no one really. And she went, you can go now. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And my friends were like, what did she say to you? She told me to go away. And they were like, that fucking bitch. I went, no, guys, she spoke to me. She knows I exist. Did you go over and speak to her?
No, but I remember meeting because my friend at the time who was over from LA was looking
Yeah.
after what's he called? The lead guy, Zachary.
Zac
No,
Efron.
Zac Efron. And
Yeah.
I met him, but I didn't meet Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh my God, wasn't he so pretty though? His makeup was absolutely flawless.
Yeah, I think so. I was too busy looking at my new. I wore these green Nike high tops
Right.
that didn't go with the. I had a suit on and green, luminous green Nike. Do you say Nike or Nike? I don't know.
Nike.
Nike high top boots on.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was kind of working that.
It's called
Well, I don't know
fashion.
what I was working, but I was. But no, God, that would have been 2007, I believe. Can you believe that?
I think it was about it's like 50,000 years ago. It feels like. So long story short, that's where we met, and I remember saying to you, my housemate at the time, Jenny, she was obsessed with you. Like she still played your music,
Wow.
and my favorite song on that album was "You Gotta Work."
Ah, work. You've got to work. Is that the one you just sent me the screenshot of?
Yeah, yeah, she's still got the cassette tape, cassette tape.
And you know, it's funny, my cousin found the original demo of that and he sent it me on tape in the post.
Yeah,
And the original I did with Elliot Kennedy because we wrote it
you
together.
did
He did
Spice
all the
Girls.
Spice stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's totally different version. They made it very PWL, I think, for the album, which was a good thing, but it should have been a single. But I was so young and told what to do,
I think
basically.
a nice little Max Martin remix, similar to like Britney's "You Drive Me Crazy," that would have been great on that.
Yes.
You have the same
Yeah,
build in the
yeah,
chorus to that. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like
yeah,
that
it's a
one.
great one. That is. I still listen. I put that on a playlist. I listen to that one and special kind of something.
Oh yeah, when I was going a bit more R&B, a bit more growing up with the yeah.
What were you doing in that video? I watched it the other night. When we agreed to do this, I was thinking you're like some woman's like stalking you with a skinhead. What's that
That
about?
was the idea. We shot it in Prague, and I remember reading the treatment, and the guy was like, you will be there'll be a mysterious character that's following you around, but you keep missing each other, and of course I was in the closet or whatever. I don't even know what I was, and and then we had the casting for the model that was going to be in it, and he chose this. Well, we both chose this kind of skin-headed
Sonique.
Sinead O'Connor looking model woman.
I thought it was Sonique.
Um, and I guess she's supposed to be following me around. It's quite a dark video, really, wasn't it? It was. I mean, when I say dark, I mean just color wise. It was. I remember lots of browns and greens, and it being very cold. I remember
Sepia
that.
tone. Sepia
Say
tone.
that again.
Sepia tone.
CPO was big at one point.
Sepia. Are you watching Drag Race UK?
I am.
Who's our favorite?
Well, it kind of changes because you know what? I wasn't crazy about, and I take this back now, but I wasn't crazy about Tia Coffee to begin.
Last night's episode turned it around, didn't it?
And now I think she's my favorite.
Oh my God, Ginny Lemon was your wig in orbit.
Yeah.
Well, I knew about that in March last year when it happened
What do
because
you think about that?
I'm friends with a few of them, and basically, like, it all went down
Right.
backstage.
Because
Yeah,
they stopped filming, right? And
yeah,
it
for
just
like 6 months.
that there's now how long did they take before this? Imagine going back on after that cliffhanger and then having to go back
I
again.
know, like from March to then when they started
Six
filming. Yeah,
months.
6 damn months. Can you
So
imagine it?
tell me what. So tell me what you know.
So basically, the word on the street was like, obviously, when it came down to the lip sync, she just walked off and went backstage, and there was a big fucking ruckus. And
Whoa.
obviously, because no one's ever done that. Yeah, like no one's ever like left the lip sync and just walked off the stage. Like the only closest thing to it would have been like when Willem got
Oh,
eliminated.
hang on. So just sorry, recap because we like the details. So are we saying that Ginny Lemon there was an altercation before she
I think
walked off?
when she went into the bottom two, she knew she was going home. So what better thing to do than when the lip sync starts to just walk off and
Ah, I
cackle and run off
see.
production? So then backstage, they were fighting to get her to go back out to refilm it because when they
I
do the lip
bet.
sync, did you know they film it twice?
No, I didn't know. All the
So
inside
they filmed the lip
scoop.
syncs twice. Yeah, now you do. 'Cause my friend Jeremy Carey, he's Fifi O'Hara on the American one.
Right.
So literally, when I first met him, you get all the questions out of the way, like, "Oh, tell me about this, tell me about that," and the whole thing is a setup from the jump. Like when he was on All Stars 2, the whole thing was rigged to make sure Alyssa got to the finale.
Wow.
And so if you watch it, the episode she gets sent home on is the episode they bring all the ex contestants straight back because she works for World of
Ah,
Wonder.
wow. I mean,
Ah,
yeah. I mean, I've had experiences of things not, I mean, I've done my fair share of kind of talent reality stuff,
I bet.
mainly because I was asked to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you always get a little email go, would you be interested? And at the time I was like, yeah, but getting back to the drag race thing,
Mm.
I think that, yeah, I mean, I think that she did, well, she did the right thing for her, didn't she? Ginny Lemon, but,
I mean, how iconic though.
yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? But hang on, if they're doing the sing off, what's it called? The sing off?
The lip sync.
Yeah, they're doing that twice. Does that mean that RuPaul waits until the second one to say what he
Well,
thinks?
I think by the time they get to picking who's going to be in the bottom two, they've already made up their mind of who they're going to send home. I think it's already set in stone.
Wow. Right.
So if you're in the bottom two and you've got a feeling you're going home, I think you're going home regardless of whatever you do in that lip sync.
Wow. And I guess that was then the only footage they had, so they just had to think, shit, we just got to use it now because he's
Mm,
not doing anything else.
yeah.
Wow, you see, it's all in the edit. It's all about the edit.
Speaking of the edit, didn't like something similar happen to you when you went on? Was it The
Ugh.
Voice for the BBC? What went down there?
No, because I'll tell you what happened on that. I was asked. I was I was emailed by the production company, I
Yeah.
think, or somebody. Would you be interested in doing it, auditioning for it?
Hmm.
And it was a brand new show in the UK. I knew it was big in America, and I was like, yeah, I'll, give it a try. I went through all the proper motions.
The usual.
You get to before the actual the bit where you sing in front of the judges,
Yeah.
and they changed my song on like the day before. I had
Right.
another. I had they asked you to choose a lot of songs, and then they wheedle it down to top three. And I was going to do "Let's Stay Together," which was Al Green. It's a bit more soulful for
Hmm.
me. But as a random choice, I chose this Crowded House song, just as a random left field, thinking they were never going to choose it. And I was ready to do the Al Green song "Let's Stay Together,"
Yeah.
and they chose the Crowded House one, which threw me on the day.
I bet.
And I just wasn't very good. And also, they started it a little bit later than I thought, and I just got thrown off. And it was weird. I mean, it was weird singing to a silent audience.
Yeah.
Um, I can blame it on all sorts, the monitors, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was what it was. It was an experience, but it was gutting. I mean, looking back now, it's fine because then I did the big reunion and big whatever, other stuff. But I thought, oh my god, this is it. I'm gonna have a new album out and do all this stuff. But then again, looking back, I hate to say it, but nothing really happens with people that do the voice. I hate to
Do
say that,
you
but
do you
I mean,
remember a contestant called Kerry Ellis? That was
yeah,
like a big.
Kerry
Yeah, do you
Ellis,
remember? She was a big West End star, like a fantastic singer,
right?
and none of them turned round when she sang, which makes you think like, how is the best singer?
I think sometimes they like the story, don't they? They like the fact that you are,
Bit of
um,
drama.
a bit of a name, and they
Yeah.
can maybe use that to promote the show. But I mean, listen, it was what it was. But I don't think I'd do anything like that again. No, it's just.
Oh yeah.
I remember that night, the woman came to me afterwards, and she's like, I think it was me and Kim Mazel, because she, again, an amazing soul singer.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the queens of sub British soul, and she wasn't shown in that episode. They were showing her in another episode, but they didn't turn around for her either.
Really?
And so at the end of the filming, they said to me and Kim Mazel, they said, look, you didn't get through. The people that did get through will be staying in the Hilton or whatever.
Mm.
You two will be in the Travelodge,
Oh
which
my.
is fine. I love a Travelodge, but we both sat there in the Travelodge, looking at each other at the bar, going, "What the fuck just happened?
Jesus
We've had
Christ.
music out ourselves, and they didn't turn for us." It was grim, but you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
So maybe we should drag your ass over to Drag Race. I saw a video clip of you in drag on Twitter. What was that about?
It was a film. It was a short film that I got asked to be a part of,
Right.
and the character was a Madonna drag queen, and yeah, I loved every minute of it.
I mean, it takes some balls to be able to do something like
Well,
that.
yeah, but you know what?
What?
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Those drag queens. I mean, bloody hell, all that. I
Mm.
don't think I could sew costumes and stuff. I mean, they put all that. They're very talented.
I mean, like a few years ago for Halloween, I did Hocus Pocus, and I insisted on being the
Oh
Sarah.
yeah,
I insisted on being Sarah Jessica Parker, and I made my costume from scratch, and it was just I can't believe like it's for them to do that
right.
all the time. It's a bit like what the fuck?
Well, I don't know. I mean, did you? I mean, thing of it is, I remember sitting in the makeup, and the lady that did my makeup, she must have spent about 2 hours doing it. There was contouring, there was shading, there was all this stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, yeah, we filmed it in Manchester. night. We filmed it in Cruise 101, the
Oh, not
nightclub in
Cruise
Manchester,
101.
in the toilets of Cruise in the daytime, in full drag as Madonna, like a Virgin era.
So how did you actually get started in like
Mm.
a music career? How did it all begin?
Um, God, well, I mean, basically, I think I've said this a million times, but basically, I was signed by. I'd left school. I told everybody in school that I was going to be a pop star.
Yeah.
And I was adamant that I was obsessed with smash hits. I mean, that was my Bible. I would buy it every fortnight. And I just would look at it and think, I want to be on that cover. I want to be a pop singer. And I was musically talented. I could play the piano and stuff like that and sing. But I was never one of those stage school kids. I kept it quite
Yeah.
quiet, more in my bedroom and writing little songs and stuff on my little Casio keyboard. And well, basically, I made a demo tape, and I met Nigel Martin Smith, who was the manager of Take That. I bumped into him one night in a nightclub. Me and my mates went out one night, and we decided we were going to go to a nightclub. We tried 3 nightclubs. None of us. Well, I was in the closet. My best friend, I think, was saying he was bisexual, and my cousin was totally straight. But we didn't go. We didn't want to go to a gay club. We just wanted to go to a club just to go out. We were like 16. We were turned down from 3 just normal clubs, regular, whatever. And then we nearly give up, and we saw on the corner there was another club called Paradise Factory. And the line was outside of all kind of interesting looking drag queens and, people. And we got in. And within like 10 minutes of me being in there, I looked in the corner and I saw the manager of Take That, Nigel Martin Smith. And I just had the balls, and I went over to him and said, I'm a singer, and, are you auditioning for a new band? You've got to Take That. Could I? And he gave me his business card, and I made a demo tape. I went down to his office. It was very, very sliding doors moment. I was very, very lucky. Right place, right time.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, like similarly, I one night I saw Louis Walsh in a bar in Birmingham, and I sat on
all
his
right,
lap mumbling some Boyzone song in his ears. But
right,
yeah, that didn't work out for
yeah,
me.
yeah. No, I mean, I didn't do that, but yeah,
Oh God.
I remember going. I dropped the demo tape off in the week at his agency, and I came home, and my mum said, um, "Some fella's called.
Ooh.
This Nigel Martin Smith. You need to give him a call." She'd had the phone cut off.
All right.
Incoming calls only. She hadn't paid the bill that month, or
Fuck.
most. I think she hadn't paid it for a few months. Anyway, so I went to the phone box and I found him, and he said, "Is that you on that tape?" I said, "Yes." And then I went down for the meeting, and I mean, it was 18 months of working on being a pop star. I
Yeah.
had to write music, I had to, learn how it all worked, all that stuff. And then I was thrown to the world. What was I, 17 when my first single came out, I think? Yeah, I was young.
Jeez. Who'd have thought? So what was it like being on the cover of Smash Hits magazine?
It was amazing, to be honest, because I remember buying it from the same paper shop where I'd buy it literally a year before,
Oh my God.
and just showing the news agent. Smash Hits was, yeah, I mean, it was pretty amazing when you dream of stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then it happens. It was it was great. Yeah, it was Smash Hits was really good to me. Yeah, they
I loved
really
Smash Hits.
championed me, actually, Smash Hits. And then I won the and then to do the Smash Hits Pole Winners Party there, that was amazing. And the Smash Hits tours, those were a real era. That was a real era. Yeah, I mean, we it came close to it on the big reunion. We were older then, obviously, but there was just something magical about that Smash Hits time and the tours, and you know,
So like looking back on your whole career, would there be anything that you would change about what happened or what you did?
God, well, it's a cliche, but nothing. I wouldn't change anything, because what's the point in saying that? You can't have any
Hmm.
regrets, can you?
Not even like maybe save a couple of those pennies.
Um, Well, I invested. I mean, I was able to buy my parents a
Oh,
house.
good man.
I mean, that was something that I never thought I would have been able to do. So that was great. And I moved to LA when I was 21.
Yeah, you
I
did.
mean, I had a good, I had my bike in Beverly Hills, and then I ended up down and out in Beverly Hills because I ran out of money, and that's when I came back. But
Mm.
um, if I was to have a talk with my younger self, I would just say,
Stop spending.
I don't know. I was so young, but not to maybe. There was a lot of people pleasing going on and saying yes to stuff but I didn't have a band around me. I didn't have
Yeah.
any. There was nobody. It was just
Security.
me
Yeah.
and adults telling me what to do, kind of thing.
So when you like look back on your music career, you look at all the things you achieved. What was like the career highlight? What was like I'm the shit? What was that bit?
Wow. Well, I think probably winning Best Male Singer at the Smash Hits Award was
Yeah.
pretty cool because it was a superhero theme and I got to be Superman.
Wasn't that
Super.
the superhero thing on the cover?
Yeah, I was in the magazine with that. I don't know if I was on the cover for that particular thing, but there was a
Mm.
poster I think in the Superman. It was Super Cav, so I had the Superman T-shirt, but in the Superman diamond instead of the S or whatever's in it, it just said Cav.
Nice.
But that was amazing. Earl's Court, thousands of people. God, there's so many. I mean, obviously, I'm writing this book, so I have to save stuff for that. But just
Save the
meeting your
goss.
idols, meeting Prince, you
Sarah
know,
Michelle Gellar, Zac Efron, Kerry
well, yeah. I
Katona.
mean, obviously, they're top of the list.
Oh my god.
But no, I mean, there's so many. There's so many moments. But personally, for me, it would have
Yeah,
been the Smash Hits Award because I love that magazine.
we all did. So then we fast forward a few years, and then you're on the big reunion for ITV with in a boy band with Gareth Gates, Dane Bowers, Adam Rickett, and who's the other one? I can't.
Kenzie,
Oh yeah, Kenzie, 1/11th of Blazing Squad.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
we love Blazing Squad.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, that was an
I mean, you were good
interesting.
TV as well, weren't you? You gave them their money's
Yeah.
worth. Credit where credit's due.
You know what? I was just like, I can see what you're fucking doing with this, so I'm
Setting
just
you
going to
up.
give you exactly what you want. And I mean, look, it was difficult because you
Mm.
got. I mean, when I went for the meeting, it was like I'm thinking, what are they? It was very secretive. My manager at the time had an email. We want to go to ITV. They won't tell us what it's for because it was all
Yeah.
top secret. And I'm thinking, we had an idea it might have been for the big reunion because the first series had been such a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, well, who am I going to reunite? Who am I going to reunite with? And then they said, oh, we're going to put you in a boy band, and it's this person, that person, that person. But when you've got 5 solo artists, although Kenzie wasn't really solo, was it?
It's one
But
11th.
it you've got all those egos together, and it was interesting. I'm glad I made good TV though.
Oh, of course, you were the best on that season. You and it
Oh,
was. Do you
thanks.
remember that there was the girl band? Was it girl thing? And they kept
Yes.
focusing on that blonde one who had her lecky cut off.
Oh, I loved
She
her.
was the best.
Yeah.
She had so much to gain from it, and then they booted her off the tour,
It
didn't they?
was so bad that I know she was the one you were rooting for. It's like, come on.
Change her
And
life.
then we didn't even get the tour.
They didn't even get the tour. Do you remember they kept cutting to everyone else's house, and one of them was like married to Kean from Westlife, and then they cut to her, and she had to go
Yeah.
like her
But
mum's house to wash her hair.
this is it. And again, down to the editing. I mean, I
Yeah.
went in there at a time I wasn't in the greatest place, maybe personally, and there wasn't
Mm.
much going on. And I think they were like, well, the other 4 are all doing all right. So he's the guy
We're gonna
he's
focus
kind of the
on.
fall guy. He's the
Yeah.
guy. And I went with that, because at the time I was just doing the odd gig here and there, and I was drinking too much, and I wasn't in a great place.
Yeah.
And I just think that's bound to come out at one point. And I remember the day that what happened was the day that I was pissed up on the camera, that they'd cut me for the day. They'd said you're done for the day,
Right.
and I had some people visiting me from Manchester, so I went out for the afternoon, and the pub was next to where the filming was, and one of the producers saw me in the pub,
Oh no.
and the next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, we need you for some more filming, and I'm like, fuck, I'm like pissed, like but of course I was like, sure, I can do some filming, yeah. I was loving life. And then we did the sound check, which was a disaster, and they're all like hating me, wanting to kill me, the other band, the rest of
TV
the band.
gold though.
And culminating in the cameras outside the bedroom with Adam Rickett trying to, talk nice to me and be the good Samaritan. And that's when I kicked off, because I just wanted to go to bed at that point. And I threw the magazine.
Gave him
I
that
threw the
drama.
magazine in the air, like you do rock and roll. I think it was Yeah, and then I had to do the walk of shame the next day. And I remember all the other bands are all rehearsed and looking immaculate, ready for the big Hammersmith, and I am hanging to the point of no return, like literally full of shame, riddled with anxiety.
But then you're
And
more
I said to the
relatable to
producer,
everyone watching because we've all been there, haven't we?
right, right, but just not on national television. And I said to the producer, I said, please don't show that. He said, don't worry. I said, please don't show yesterday. Please, my family going to see it. It's going to be embarrassing. And he said, don't worry. There's going to be a journey. There'll be an arc. And luckily, I managed to do the concert and pull it off. And that was that. But yeah, that was at the time. I was like, oh, fuck.
Didn't they really try and make it look like you and Gareth Gates had some drama rama?
I think the camera never lies. Let's just leave it there. There was no drama between us. We were just very different types of people, and we didn't necessarily. We weren't best friends, but we certainly didn't argue. But you can't get on with everyone, can you?
Speaking of best friends, are you still best friends with Perez Hilton?
No, funnily enough.
I
I
don't
remember.
even know how you coped living in a house with him. Like, I could not entertain living around that nonsense.
Oh, I
Like, he'd
know.
do
It
my head
was
in.
hard. I mean, it really was hard. And as most people say when they go in that house, regardless of the nice paycheck that you get, what you see, what the general public see on TV is just edited 40 minutes of 24 hours.
Yeah.
But no word of a lie, apart from maybe 7, 8 hours of sleep, it was like that non-stop with Perez at the time. And
No thanks.
maybe he's changed now and stuff, but it was there was a lot of drama. There was lots of screaming and shouting. I mean, it's funny. I've just started reading One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the book of the film,
Yeah.
with Jack Nicholson, and it was just like living in a mental home at one point. I mean, they had to remove the knives out of the kitchen drawer. It was nuts.
Was there anyone in the house that you were starstruck by?
Um, Let me
I
think.
imagine living with Michelle Visage was a big deal, especially if you're into Drag Race.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't into it at that point. I was vaguely aware of it.
Yeah.
Um, and no, I wasn't really starstruck by anybody. I guess I'm trying to think who was in. Alexander O'Neill's pretty cool. He's a great soul singer. I
Love
liked.
him.
I got on. I mean, Patsy Kensit. She's a bit of a ledge. Patsy, she was a sweetheart.
From both
But it
sides.
was a real mixed bag in that house. That the ones I was put with. I mean, it was a real mixed bag of people.
Do you wish you were in the cast that had the David's dead scenario going on? That would be iconic.
No, I don't, because I tell you what, I was actually friends with David Guest. He was a judge on Grease is the Word,
Oh yes.
and I we became good pals, and he was a very funny character, very one of a kind. But that was random, wasn't it? That whole David dead, and then poor thing died
That Tiff.
in real life.
Did you see Tiffany brought out T-shirts saying David's dead, and then he died? You don't know
No, I
that
didn't.
happened. She had a
I
whole
didn't
merch
know that
line.
happened. I didn't know that was a
Yeah,
thing. Oh
she brought
God.
out a merch line of David is dead T-shirts. Trying to cash in on her catchphrase, and then he
Oh
died
shit.
immediately after it, like literally days after she announced this
Holy
merchandise line of
shit.
T-shirts.
Oh no. Yeah, that was wild, wasn't it? That was just crazy.
So, like,
Like,
looking back, do you think you could have lasted in the regular edition, which is like 4 months long?
well, you do become institutionalized. I think 4 months. It's funny because what's that thing called? Is it Stockholm syndrome, where
Yeah,
you kind of enjoy being held captive?
like we're in
It kind of
lockdown.
becomes like that because you've got no. You know what? One of the main things was in there was boredom.
Yeah.
So imagine being bored off your tits for a good few hours and know that you're being filmed at the same time. You've got nothing to read. You've got no. I mean, at one point I was in the stock room reading, the contents of a soup packet,
Yeah.
just to something stimulation. Because there's no phones, there's no radio, there's no time, there's nothing like that. So, and because so you could sit down in the chair and just kind of take a sigh of relief, and then, or just not of relief, you might just sit down and go, oh, and then they'll put that in the show as you look. Somebody could be talking something interesting, and then they'll cut to you doing that, and it looks
Yeah.
like you're reacting to that. So you have no control over what they're going to show or what frame of mind you're going to come across as being in, you know? You know what? You never know with these things. You can't read the producer's mind. You just can't. I mean, I've been up for stuff that I thought I would have got, and then you don't get it. So it is what it is, isn't it?
Right, babyface, we're coming towards a close. So, what are your future plans now? As soon as we come out of lockdown, like, what do you want to do? What's the plan, or do you not want to talk about it?
What am I up to? Well, I need to finish my book that I've been writing. It's just memoirs of that time. Very, very funny stories, some sad stories, some. It's more cathartic at the minute, but anyone that's interested in that era, there'll be a few juicy stories in it. I'm doing that. I did start working with Absolute again right before the first lockdown happened because they did a lot of most of my music, the producers, and we started to get some stuff. And then obviously lockdown took place, and they're far out. They're not in London. So we've been doing a little bit of Zoom here and there, but yeah, who knows? I mean, everything's just stood still, but I'll be doing something, I'm sure.
May I suggest like an OnlyFans? Have you thought about doing that?
Maybe if it was called Only Fatties,
Oh
that
my
would
God,
probably be
same.
more appropriate.
Sign us up. Sign us
Yeah,
up.
Only Fatties would be great, but I think the Only Fans at the minute wouldn't maybe do so well.
Oh my God, yeah.
But listen, people, hey, listen, I'm on a mission, so maybe you're right. I mean, I have started running a little bit, so maybe by the time this
Ooh.
lockdown's finished, look, you know what? I don't judge anyone doing OnlyFans. I mean, loads of people do it, don't they?
Yeah, we could be on there like doing shots of custard and gravy if we don't
I
manage.
heard that Chris Brown was doing it.
Yeah, and Aaron Carter does it, from the 90s.
Ah.
I've seen these photos on Twitter. You don't want to see them. Avoid.
But listen, here's the deal. Do you talk to people directly on it, like privately, or what? Or is it for everyone to see? Or no? How does it work? Tell me how OnlyFans work before we go, just in case.
So I
I
think
don't know what I want
people
to do.
I think people pay like a subscription fee and they get access to like a gallery of photos, but then you can charge for extra photos and I think they can pay for you to reply to them in DMs and like get exclusive content.
I see.
So then that's what you
Right.
could do. You could
So listen, you never say never. But at the moment, I'm all right, I
And
think.
before you go, we've got a fan question, and I know you briefed me
Oh yeah.
beforehand. You didn't want this to be serious or deep, and I'm sorry to go down
Okay.
this route. I know how much you didn't want this, and
Well, come on,
I've just
hit
got to
me,
ask
hit
you.
me.
So Tara wants to know how many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth?
Wow. Um, probably.
Deep shit, I know.
I've never really tried that, but I don't know. Maybe 20. Maybe 20.
Maybe this can be the introduction to your OnlyFans account.
Well, if it's going to be only fatties, it goes with it, right? I just shove marshmallows in.
Fuck it, come on then. Let's just go on OnlyFans and do shots of custard and gravy, shall we?
Totally. Well, there's a market for that,
Of course
and
there
I
is.
and I think we should be open-minded for all markets.
Right, this has been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
I know I've not done this for quite some time, so if I rambled,
No, you didn't.
excuse me, but no, it's been a pleasure to you.
Pleasure to
It's been a
you.
pleasure to you.
No,
It's
to
been a
you.
pleasure to talk to you too, Lee.
And you. Right, so anything you want to plug before we go, babes?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. It's a nice little, it's a nice little chat.
Yeah, it was cute.
No problem. So when will we? Well, you can DM me, can't you?
Or I can phone you now. I've got your number.
You can WhatsApp me.
Woo! Right, so see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
See you later. Bye bye.